My first guest was the longest-serving Republican leader in U.S. Senate history and the 1996 Republican presidential nominee. His latest book is Great Presidential Wit. I wish I was in the book. We're honored to welcome back to the show Senator Bob Dole. How are you? Thanks.
You got a good group out there.
Oh, we have
tonight.
a great group tonight, yeah.
I just flew in from Iran.
You're lucky you weren't hurt in all that bombing over there.
I know, yeah. That was good, but I like your furniture. I've seen furniture like this in the White House. Has Hillary been here?
Now let's talk about that. Did they really? Everyone's talking about how the Clintons took stuff with them when they left the White House. Did they really take noticeable stuff, do you think, from the White House?
George Bush invited me to stay in the Lincoln bedroom last week, and I got there, but there wasn't any bed. So I don't know what happened to it, but,
it's just
probably up here somewhere.
We'll find it, yeah. It's in Chappaqua, probably.
Well, it's there with the White House China collection is up there, too. So
yeah. Yeah, they'll have to frisk people on the way out from now on.
Or way in, I don't know.
Now, it's funny. It's a strange thing about American politics. You are more popular now than ever. Explain that phenomenon. How does it work?
Well, people don't know who I am. No, I think once you're out of politics, your numbers sort of go up, and people forget what they're mad at you about, and some people, do really forget who you are. And in fact, I'll give you a true story. We didn't have our seat belts on about 2 months ago. My driver and I were going to my office, and we were stopped by the police. This is a courtesy stop, saying, Mr. Bush, you should have your seat belt on. And I said, well, oh, excuse me. And that's a true story.
Right,
They thought I was President Bush, and the elder, Bush one. Yeah,
right.
Bush one.
Bush one, we call him, yeah.
Yeah.
Before the sequel. How is it now? Is your lifestyle, in what ways has your lifestyle changed since you,
As you get older?
left office? Yeah, or get older if you like.
Drink more Pepsi and, But, no,
You dog. You're getting money for that right now, just mentioning it.
Just earned $50 there, yes.
$50?
I know.
You're on my pay scale now, yeah.
That's the diet one I mentioned. But in any event, I'm still quite busy. I'm in good health, and I'd like to do a Pepsi commercial with Britney Spears, but,
Would you really do one with her?
Well...
Is that you do one with her?
Well, she's been signed by Pepsi, and I don't know whether I'm still on the payroll or not, but I think it'd be a great sort of Pepsi Generations. We'd have to put in a few more there.
Sort of fill out the middle a little bit. Have you gotten a look at Britney Spears? Have you
only pictures?
Yeah.
And I think the ad. Well, I think we could do a good job together. And I figured it out.
This interview is so not going the way I thought it would.
If we did,
in a delightful way, yeah.
But the average age would be about 50 if we were both in the ad.
Oh, okay, all
so
right.
that would help. But anyway, I put together this little book. You've all read it, I'm certain.
I had signed it to the audience beforehand. Yeah, no, this is... It's funny, great presidential wit, and we've had some funny presidents. Some I wouldn't have thought would have been particularly funny, but they've said funny things. You say that you actually believe that Carter was a funny president?
Jimmy Carter was I think people didn't appreciate it much, but he was a funny president. He said one day to the press, said, I'm not going to say anything today newsworthy, so put down your crayons. I thought that was pretty funny. And it was funny at the time. But,
you know what? Carter is watching right now. You didn't tell it right. Damn.
I probably told it better than he did, come to think. But The subtitles one, I wish I was in this book, and I tried, and something happened, but I didn't get elected.
Right.
Because they closed the polls early in Florida. I mean, I had all those people ready to go.
You're Shecky Dole now. You've got more lines coming out. What about, it's funny, Nixon has some funny lines in this book. President Nixon, who people do not think of as a funny, as a witty man. Yeah, Nixon had some really good lines. He was upset, I guess, in 1960
after
after...
he lost the 60 election, very close election.
Right.
And he lost, and he said to one of Jack Kennedy's friends, President Kennedy's friends, said, I wish I could say some of those things. And he said, well, like, all that I can do for my country. He said, no, I do solemnly swear. I mean, that's what the line he wanted to say.
I wish I had that line, yeah.
I wish I had that line.
Yeah, yeah.
And I thought the same thing when President Clinton presented me the Medal of Freedom in 1997 after I lost him. I guess I should have gotten something. And, and that's how I started. I do solemnly swear. I, Robert J. Dole, do solemnly swear. But we have a new president now, and he's doing a good job. And
do you think, now some people were concerned that the current President Bush II, does not have maybe a grasp of foreign affairs. Are they getting him up to speed?
Well, he got this new globe for Christmas, and
wow. Does he carry it with him wherever he goes? All right.
Nobody's found a lot of new countries. And,
hey, he knows Iran from Iraq, at least.
Yeah. Well,
I can't make fun of him.
Both four-letter words, but I think there went my wife's appointment, whatever it was going to be. So.
Well, this really is a terrific book, and I'm an American history buff, so I enjoyed it, but I think a lot of people would like this. You don't even have to know. They're just really funny lines in here.
It's hard to rate the earlier presidents because, they just like you, they write their own stuff. They had to write their own stuff. They didn't have writers. And, George Washington. Now, I didn't know all these presidents, but the one I didn't know, I talked to Senator Thurman, and he knew all the... He was an intern for Washington,
yeah, and that went well for him, yeah.
Well, he's still alive, but he doesn't order green bananas. I mean, when you get to that age and get to be 98, you don't even order room service. And if it takes, they say, 30 minutes, you say,
where are you getting your material?
My mother-in-law is going to be 100 on May 22nd.
Yeah.
In North Carolina.
Wow, this is great. I want to open for you someday. When you take this act on the road, can I open for you? Would that be all right?
You do a great job here. I've been watching you for 8 years. And,
well, thank you. Go on.
I woke up the other night.
Huh?
When I can't sleep, I watch your program. And
that's the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me. And then he puts you right out?
These guys are fighting over whose arm is going to be on the armchair. And I said, I'm going back to bed. I mean, there's something wrong in New York. But anyway, I guess I got it figured out, right?
Right. Yeah, we got that sorted out. That was a comedy bit.
Oh, it was?
Yeah, we got to start putting a chyron. This is comedy. At the bottom of the screen.
No, I was sleepy, but...
We all know I'm on very late. You don't have to rub it in. Great Presidential Wit, I Wish I Was in the Book, is available in bookstores everywhere. And thanks so much for coming by.
Well, I really appreciate it. It makes me
it's terrific having you on the show. Senator Bob Dole, Goran Visnich. Yeah, stay right here just a sec. Goran Visnich coming up. We'll be right back.